So this one, but most of you already know this one. Well, anyway. This one is about a pain I have in my shoulder a few years ago. It's called a frozen shoulder, sabgin in Cantonese. And it's very, very painful. You cannot lift your arm anymore. You cannot attach your bra. Usually it took 1 or 2 years to get rid of this pain. But for me, it's since I have this pain for maybe 4 or 5 years, and I still have this pain. So it's like a chronic pain, you know. Even if you are amputated from one arm, you can still feel the pain in your brain. It's the ghost member pain. So because this part of your brain always remembers the fact that there is a pain before and there is still some connection about the pain. And while I was talking about this pain with a friend, she talked about me about a book called Neuroplasticity by Norman Deutsch. And in this book, there was a guy, it was a doctor specialist in pain treatment, and he has a huge pain in his neck after a car accident. But the car accident was 20 years ago, something like that. And nothing on the medical images, everything was fine, but he still has this pain. So he started to analyze the image of his brain when he has pain and when he has no pain. And when he has pain, there was one zone that started to buzz a lot in his brain. It's the cortex posterior cingulate. It's a zone located here in your brain. And normally, this part of the brain is dedicated to the visualization, to the reward related to the visualization. So he said, okay, maybe I can try something. Maybe I can try to print 2 images, one image of my brain without pain and one image of my brain with pain. And look at these 2 images 6 times a day during 10 minutes. So he did that for 3 months, and after 3 months, the pain disappeared. So I say, wow. So what happened that he broke the wrong connection that was managing the pain instead of managing the visualization. So after reading this book, I say, okay, I just have to do the same. I have to find this image and I have to do it. So as I was not able to find this image, I said, I think it's not really important to have exactly the same image and the image of your brain. It's just the idea behind. So I was thinking that maybe I can create my own cortex cingulate posterior. So this is the part of this brain which is normally dedicated to visualization. And in a brain, you have neurons, and in a neurons, you have the body cell, you have the axon, and you have the dendrites, and they all communicate together by sending electrical signal. And 6 times a day for 15 minutes, so it means 1 hour and a half per day, I was sitting on my sofa and looking at that and looking at that. Because here you can see it's connected, but I cut the connection here to put all the neurons that were wrongly connected to this brain in order to manage the pain instead of managing the visualization. So I just cut the connection here, and 6 times a day I was looking at that. I did this for 6 months and not 3 months because I was not sure it will work after 3 months. It didn't work, but I say, okay, even if it didn't work, after these 6 months, it's still an experience, and I still learn a lot with this experience. And after that, I will put this part of my brain in my whole brain. So in my house, in my studio, I have this same one, 10 times bigger, but you already have seen this one. And so this one has been made with all recycled stuff. I bring it. So it's quite easy, you can do it at home. It's park and shop tickets. It's old socks of my husband's, clean. It's this kind of bubble you have. This one is a carpet, old tea, old brush, and I just do like this. And after all the cables are old cables, damaged cables I have, and also the wire you have in the mask. Voilà. And voilà. Do you have any question? No? So, voilà. And this one, it's my series molds. As you can see, I have a lot of molds everywhere on my body. And I have one grand uncle who died from skin cancer. So in the family, we are very cautious about checking our molds every time. And I didn't do it. I used to procrastinate a lot. I didn't want to see the doctor. And so I say, okay, maybe I have to find a way to do this medical checking in a fun way. So first, I start to take pictures of myself on all parts of my body. I list all of my molds, so all of them have a number. And after, when you have all this picture, it's not good picture because when you do some close-up photo of your body, you can see all the wrinkles, the stains, and everything. So I say, I have to make them more beautiful, at least for me. So this is the checkup of the one I have on my neck. These are each lamp location, each bubble. It's one location of my molds. The pinker one are the ones that are bigger, who have a weird shade. So for this one is the one I have all over my face. This one are the one I have on my left face. And for that, I use photography and painting. So usually there is 4 elements in my paintography. The first one is the texture. So I will paint an acrylic background, or I can paint as well, for example, or I can use a texture like this kind of texture. I will take the picture of that. And after I will melt it digitally with the other picture. And by doing that, it will give a scratch effect to the final results. After there is photo, I like to use all the objects I have around me. So this is the lamp I have, this is the frame I have. So this is flowers I have and I change the color. After I use my own body, so this is just me and one of the clothes I have at home. But after that, if you just do the collage part, it will look like a photo collage, and I wanted to find a way to do a painting. I would like to be able to paint that, but I'm not able to do that. So I wanted to find a way to have something that looks like a painting, even if I cannot paint. So after that, I digital paint all the, you can see the shadows of the body, because it was not hung on the wall, so I had the shadows of the frame and everything. And you have to make the slice of the body more blurry to give the dimensions. You have to put some light on the lamp. So I work the shadows and the blur and the light afterwards until I mix everything. So this is the molds one. I really enjoy this part because I like to make something with what I have around me. It's quite similar to the neuron. So the neuron is in a physical way. But with the photo, I like to just say, okay, what do I have? What can I see in my place? And when can I use it to transform it in something? So I think that if I have, if I had not this shoulder pain, I will probably have continued a bit more this paintography technique. But after my frozen shoulder, I was not able to handle my camera anymore and to work too much on my computer using my fingers. So I say, okay, I have to find a way to create in another way. So for molds 3, so I have another paintography series, molds 2, which is not here. And after I did this one, which is totally different. For this one, we just take something. For this one. For this one, I still have from when I stopped working in the normal world a few years ago. After that, I took a lot of different kind of workshop, including the laser workshop, and I still have all these tools I use for my workshop. You know, this kind of tools you can do to do the hole in the belt. And I was thinking that maybe I can use them to create some things. I didn't want to work on leather. First, I was thinking about working on wood, but wood is too thick to use that. So I did a digital painting, a digital illustration. And after that, I printed on very thin PVC plates several times. And after, I cut the PVC plate with like this for this part. Just very simple. And after, I do the hole here like this. Just because as I was going out the digital, I say, okay, maybe I can bring some 3D effect at least, and not just to have a flat structure. So I had some different layers. There is one layer here, one here, and one here. This is the same molds as this one, but in a different way. And each time I am doing my checkup, I put a sticker, so 5mm stickers in front of each mold to see if the size have changed. So this is the stickers, the representation of the stickers I used to put near my molds to do it. Voilà. And after I like to lace it. I'm not sure how came this idea of doing these cords. I have these cords at home, so I use it, but there is no particular reason. I just find that beautiful to put some cords. Voilà. So this is mold 3, and this is mold 4, so the last one. As I have no art background, and I never study art, for me molds, it's like a playground for me to try some different techniques that will stay or not stay. For example, this one, I use it in my current project on the memory. But this one, I'm not sure I will come back again to this one. But I want with this series to be free, to be perfect. And to just say, okay, I try and I will see, and if it's not good, but it doesn't mean that I not put effort on it, but it means that je ne m'interdis pas, I allow myself to do what I want. So this one, it was an old Japanese selling book that my neighbor put on the floor, and he wanted to get rid of this book. And the paper was so beautiful that I took them back home, and I started to scratch the paper in very, very teeny piece of paper. And after, I just paste this paper and I coffee paint to have a brown shades. And for this series, I wanted to do something very simple, because as I was so much excited about my other project, I wanted to find a way to do something very quick. So first, I use this one. I put this one in my artificial intelligence, and I say, okay, you just change this one and you make it pink and purple, and because I like this color right now. And the result was quite good. It was quite good, and I say, okay, I can frame it, and that's it, it's finished. But even if it was beautiful, it was like, no, I cannot do that. It's like, it's a joke to do that. So I think I need to spend times and to do minutious things to give a meaning of what I am doing. So I start to scratch all the print of the digital painting I did. So there is some part of the initial digital intelligence artificial print. And after I had some piece of paper with acrylic painting and with details of I don't know if you see this little dot here. It's like les pores de la peau. How do you say les pores de la peau? The skin texture. Voilà, les petits points là. So this is one of my molds, the number 103. I am on the upper part on my body. And this is just to remember, I have another mold just here, but it's just for me because I remember they are very close, so I know which one is it. And this is the sticker I used to put. This is another mold I have. And this one I used old bed frame, 100 years old bed frame I have in my house that was damaged. And I just polish and sculpt the wood. It's a beautiful wood, and by doing that, it was the first time I was working on wood, and I enjoy so much just touching the wood, and especially beautiful wood. It's so relaxing to do that. And this one is one I have, it's a number 58 I have on my head. And you know, by getting old, you start to have some stain. In French, we say tache de vieillesse. So it starts to be very confusing to do this checkup, because is it a mole, is it a stain, is it a... So I wanted to have something more messy with a stain everywhere. So I put there is some acrylic painting, some wire, some drawing. You can go closer if you want to see. Please. And I realized in this work, because first I was thinking that it's the fact to transform garbage or creepy things in something else that makes me feel very joyful. So yes, there is this part, but there is another part I discovered with this one, is the fact that I like to get rid of things. And to say, I don't know why, but it gives me a lot of joy to say, I will give rid of these frames I don't want anymore, and they are here, they are useless. I don't know if it's because maybe when you get rid of things, it means that you can enter new things in your brain after, I don't know. But with this one, I discovered that I really like that. So it's the reason why it's not a beautiful museum glazing framing like this one. It's more, it's less beautiful, but we can frame it. But if we frame it, for me, it won't be the same, because I will have to use it again. And for me, it's already finished this one, and I can enter new things now. So, voilà.
Here, so what I see, right? I see 1, 2, 3, and then I see figures.
Alors yes, for example, I try to draw the things I have in my head when I need to do my checkup. So for example, there is some drawing of the part of my body I need to do. There is now stop to procrastinate and do it now. Ah yes, and I forgot to say that it's the main purpose of this stuff. By doing that, right now, I do my checkup every year. I don't procrastinate anymore. So it really works. It's because it was the intention of this work. So and I forgot to tell. So it works. I did it every year, and I'm even excited to do my molds checking, because I know that it will be a new way to experiment things, and so.